OKFM 101.7.
And number one, what the Democrat time was a Parliament directs Ghana Law School say one more enquiry, one more admitted students, na yenkotie ehon enkomo. Lawyer with a swag. Lawyer ne wofe. Lawyer onimade. Champion lawyer. Lawyer Maurice Ampaw. Law me more channel pay.
When the Johnson when they say first I'm gonna be here. Oh my
Amen. Law, dear students, exam. Yes. No way by 499 law exam candidates, yes, we ma fail. Yem fanko yem famra ye. Beko court ni ade na no petition parliament. And ne the action was see parliament admits 499 law exam candidates. Parliament orders Ghana Legal Council Law School. Now, one, Parliament was that locus. Say, obetimia directly legal council, general legal council, any law school say, nipa, see a fail woman, changing a month for woman, and come to say.
I think, say Parliament, and then there was back there. All the members of Parliament, including lawyers and women, no more to me, just have to go and can say, admit, by a direction. Then I think committee in law, they can recommend. All that Parliament can do is to recommend a human crime, appeal to them. It should have been Parliament appeal or recommend.
My main kind from Nigeria or say Parliament has, by a resolution directed the General Legal Council GLC and the Ghana School of Law GSL to admit all 499 students who sat and obtained 50% or better score in the 2021 entrance exams to pursue the professional law course and law school. Question is, at the end of one more, a chess ampa, it being 50% and then plus.
Meaning, Parliament has no constitutional mandate to direct the Legal Council as to what to do. And an independent body. So we are parliamentarians believe in their independence. Who dare the members of Parliament or Parliament to direct the General Legal Council? For God to say, what powers do they have? In fact, any General Legal Council, the young guru, not Parliament, law school, no more council, to me, the final judicial power in Ghana, the Article 125, 130 more. It gives the final judicial power to the court. Parliament, we are practicing separation of powers. Parliament, no parliamentary role, no, it's not about directing. You make laws. The main function is to make laws. And then to put pressure on government and to oversight government to the council. But two things supposed to adjudicate matter and exercise final judicial power as if much referee with the assembly order. There is a parliament judicial human being here. But that parliamentarians have become all of them become lawyers.
My main kind Asia. Well, one more issue, the General Legal Council is directed to proceed and admit all students who pass the entrance examination in accordance with the advertised rules of the examination. The first Deputy Speaker of the House, MP for Bekwai, Joseph Oseusu, directed at yesterday's sitting in Accra. So I'm going to comply with the directive. What happens?
Media, the directive is null and void in law. It cannot move the General Legal Council. The directive is unconstitutional because the same matter is pending before the court. Students will be a case like a court. Justice Agudakmi is sitting on the matter. The court has the final judicial power. So, who guarantee Parliament? Parliament can write to you and challenge your direction. So, General Legal Council can write to Parliament and tell them that where is the locus? What constitutional capacity do they have? Say, judges are, no modality, and they do tell me no. Obia koye exams na ya Parliament may fail na Parliament modality na dignity may they fail. Is that the duty and responsibility of members of Parliament?
Me say General Legal Council no kura no. So we license we want to make me a withdraw license.
Yes.
If you withdraw license na akwa Parliament.
No.
Parliament are directing say on for license.
You can imagine. So the Parliament sit down and then they now take the powers of the General Legal Council. They forgot say the General Parliament make the law. The law, General Legal Council law was approved by Parliament. What they say, and so they have their legal institutional independent, and the way a parliamentarians made the and you cannot sit at the comfort of the parliamentary. If you look at the parliamentarians, this is too powerful, and I don't want to go there. But I want to say, almost sorry, I'm back and the police summons for summons police for previous committee. Parliament is trying to hold the nation to run some as if they are the alpha and omega. That's it to me. When it comes to
General Legal Council and then that Ghana Law School no, is within which ambit of the political dispensation they are
they are the Minister of Justice.
Okay.
Minister of Justice. What do I say? So parliamentarians here, you can't recommend, you can't direct. And the second report also under Ministry of Justice, no, and the Ministry of Justice also under the judiciary.
The Parliament cannot direct the judiciary.
You can direct the judiciary. How dare you direct a General Legal Council? And you see, the council is made up of the Chief Justice.
Wow! Parliament directed the Chief Justice.
I don't want to go there. Who dare them? Who dare say, directly the Chief Justice, or the chairman of the General Legal Council, and Supreme Court is about 3. And the first one, the other bodies,
General Legal Council, the Supreme Court judges bear 3. I was
yes. A membership, and it's headed by the Chief Justice. What I say, and so almost the legal mandate to supervise education.
Within the 3 arms of government, Parliament directed the executive. The executive cannot direct the Parliament. Likewise, Parliament cannot also direct the judiciary. And why do we ensure checks and balances?
You see, checks and balances are done when you challenge the decision, and then you end up going to court. So, if the constitution the final judicial power, anything that becomes an issue is resolved at the law court. So, will be a party, so be party, and yet anybody in like Parliament to look at the thing and say that we come to conclusion. Do you know the reason why Parliament is not giving that power? They are full of politicians. They are I don't know politicians. I'm about to say tell me who is in Parliament, who is neutral. So you allow politicians to determine legal education in this country. Well, what is that for? So we should allow politicians as and when they like. Then they use their political moment. I think I'm going to say that the delegate can say, we don't get there. Only power. The General Council, you must respect the council. So they are not members. Most of the members at the General Council are in terms of age, in terms of qualification. What are you talking about? You think they are conformable to my push on with that? General Council led by the Chief Justice, Supreme Court judges, Members of parliament, money institution, members of parliament, let me tell you, Yaro, money institution, every time you are, it is over. You are just politicians, and anybody can become an MP. Anybody can become an MP, but you dare not. It's not anybody who can become a Supreme Court judge. And it's not anybody who can become a member of the General Legal Council. Therefore, you respect them. You can direct them. But when you sit down and you use politics to resolve your issue, what I say, and you're not mess, and who just direct them. So, what is going to happen is that.
But what is the a fenyo marking and so Kasai?
Oh, I'm going to say for your call. Oh, for the hey, don't tell me. Oh, you be kwala. Oh, you kwala. Wabalo, oh, you kwala. Don't tell me. You camera. Oh, see, I don't make this one. Let me tell you something. All these politicians who are lawyers. But a woman saw your kwala there. But law is law. There be you. But because they say in law, no, you respect seniority. The seniority in Juba. You see the cassette, you know. I saw my kwala. See, on see me. So. What do you mean? Most of the lawyers are only politicians now. Because most of them don't participate in law. They are very emotional. Oh, but I participate. Let me say most of them can't do. Ah, okay. You see, most of them know. After the market is out, most of the money no not through parties. How many times have we go to court and make commercial cases? Most of the cases are political cases. And you almost do. So they make their money outside the legal profession. So they become like we don't care. The legal profession is because need source of income. And then the business is all here. And most of them don't come to court. MPs they bring one. Or when you become MPs, they don't come to court until someone loses power. Can we just lawyers? Have you seen them in court before? Petition or by. And because I'm saying of a support you as a team. Okay. But I'm saying that it could I would do it. I know most of the MPs are when they become MPs, you know, the money they get from their work, you know, and to tell the money of the lawyers. So they don't come. And you know, they are not passionate about the legal profession. Because they have a political profession, and a profession, political vacation, and more. So they talk with emotion, and become every by the law school doesn't make them. About what Kasa, what is what the law? Or the law change, that is all. I don't know, but no, yeah, but maybe I just say no, sir, yeah. What's say? Me ready. I was saying the resolution and directive of the House follow the motion moved by the Deputy Majority Leader MMP for Ifutu Alexander Afenyo-Markin for the House to direct the school to admit the candidates. Moving the motion, Mr. Afenyo-Markin said the candidate had genuine expectation and prepared accordingly for the examination, and that of the General Legal Council and the Ghana School of Law could not vary the guidelines of the exam after the same was written. Like as the guidelines for the examination, I don't know we now say vary no. Media, that issue become a legal issue. That issue become an issue for a court of law to determine, and the parliamentarians. I'm saying you can't take the work of the judges. Parliamentarians, you are not court. You are not court. Our committee, it has powers of a court. No, but listen to me. Whether it has powers of a court, it's subject to judicial review. Oh, they everything. Listen to me. You say in law, the institution, the final judicial power, and opinion, the institution. Baby, I can't say over some so. I said, every because I don't can be here. I'll see. Generally, that it doesn't law on your status. It's painful. Hey, you should respect. That's what it says. But facts are sacred. You must be uti. There is a bit throw this poor man on there. What for respect our members of the General Council? They are your seniors.
But wait, they can call him.
Oh, they will not call him. They will not even mind him.
Okay.
He's a political. Some they can parliament or a politics or house or members of parliament. The politics. May this we have members of the legal councils who are learned legal luminaries. Are their duty no as to say what duty no who MP no 4 years they are kicked out of the country out of parliament. Over 4 years there. But the Chief Justice and the council members sit until retirement. MPs come and MP go. What I say, and when people have achieved certain level of education and experience, and they are managing the legal education in the country, you don't treat them with contempt. You sit down there, after normal cases of people, and then you say, you direct them. I think and then you know what is going to happen. Now, Ambassador Zion with the Mojina Council for the Muya Rofa, the local parliament. It's for the parliamentarians, other than the management of the Ghana Law School. So now, Kakebe are not students at parliament. Is that what we want to see? Is that what members of parliament are meant to do? So they should listen to me and listen to wisdom. You can't direct the general council. You can recommend. You can appeal to them. And the same matter now, the matter is before court of law. And you know the general council can ignore it. Contempt of court. I'm talking about I'm talking about the Kejoche, I'm talking about Samukudato, I'm talking about prominent lawyers. They should all summon them before parliament. Normal custom will say, privilege committee, they are fighting them for contempt. And I'll come up with levels. Someone will be so up to the court. Now, must have to solve parliament. Then we have constitutional crisis. You will see who is who. You want to determine who is who. Now, even when you pass laws, is the judges who interpret the law. Allow them. And judges also make law. They are called when they say judicial precedent. When I say for the case law. So judges are not people who you can push over.
Maybe I now Sadia okay. You were Joe Seusu, where a lawyer penny when him. We were no so free wa. Afenyo. So we see.
Mr. Munya, political lawyers. Almost political lawyers.
What are political lawyers?
Oh, you are political lawyers. Now you are serious lawyer and then post now for practice. Now the parliament if you get over Rasi, and as a footballer who could train in Ambo, over the army, and almost MPs watching all the MPs now, we are lawyers. They get blasted. Most of the time, so. Yeah, and not NDC. Yeah, but NDC for ever position. Don't do an answer back because that's what where their passion is. It will be a people. Now what's that? Shall we say, Makwala and Matafo. That's what meaning human rights. If I don't understand MP, if I don't know only the unlawful demonstration of but that's what I'm not officer. Or believing in rule of law, or believing on your position, pero when you become a politician, you think differently, you speak in political language, you ask in political language, they forget the law. But I'm saying that Parliament, the constitutional arrangement, cannot direct the General Council, because it's an independent body. We are interfering in the management and administration of legal education in the country. And then it's better to then say who dissolve General Legal Council. Then you take over. Let members of Parliament form a committee and let them come and take over the work of the General Legal Council. And then
failure to adhere to the directives of the Parliament, it amounts to what?
It will not amount to anything. They can treat, in fact, the General Council can treat it with the contempt it deserves and write to them, say, they are overstepping their mandate and tell them that the issue that even they are decided on is a matter before the court. And if a matter is not court, we don't even make decisions because, okay, what happens? So the same students now, competition parliament, no. These same students are down before the court. Now, the whole parliament, you can say, admit someone. Now, court also has to say that don't admit.
The same issue is in court.
Okay.
The same issue is in court.
Yes, it's in court. It's before what is it? Human Rights Court. Abu Dhabi on the 9th November. Okay, the same issue. And what happens? Moderate the only cancer. Never so entered High Court of Bad.
But Adena, Deputy Majority Leader, you are Fenyomini, you are Joe Selsu, Second Deputy Speaker, First Deputy Speaker, and Ankan say the matter has been referred to. It is in court. It's a subjudice. For that matter, no, they can't take decision on that.
What happened was that when they didn't bring Parliament answer, when they go court, what they said, the Parliament facility or any tumor. But if they are minded, I'm your mother, then your podcast game of player. But
Sanka Nanu, Kwambaka say, oh, what would the Brian and but the appropriate forum or the forum, now your court. Our court is taking judicial notice.
I think that students know. They filed it at the court too. They know that the court is the one who has. You see, when you talk of someone who has financial power, it means that he has the power to decide and then to enforce it. That's financial power. The power to decide issues and the power to enforce. Members of Parliament, where is your enforcement power? And people say, you don't legal counsel can say, oh, you know, can you send the police to arrest them? But if the court directs, and then the court can cite them for contempt. Because the court is the final judicial power. You can challenge the court decision at the court. But parliament here will be if you can challenge the parliament decision. Parliamentary decision here is subject to judicial review. Challenge it, and the court is the one that decides everything. What you say parliament is a law. When you go and challenge it, the court can decide that law is not a void. Like the constitution. If the court has a role or player, will see any dispute. There's a dispute between the students and the General Legal Council as to whether they pass or not. Whether 50 is a pass mark or not. It's paid before a court of competent decision. The members of Parliament sit there with politics in their mind. They're direct. What kind of system are you running? What kind of system are we running? Are we respecting institutions? Are we doing politics with everything? We don't do that. When a matter is before a court, now to say about directly delegate council, when they do it, then the court comes out to say the case is frivolous, therefore they should not be admitted. Then what delegate council stands? Two institutions directing them. One say admittedly, one say admittedly. They don't offer. You know, please, I'm asking this simple question. The matter here quarter 9th November, the High Court is likely to rule on it. But then you have prejudiced the matter by your conduct, the conduct of the members of Parliament. So you have taken a position that you are now going to put the judge at a different situation because the MP media oppositor, I think constitutional crisis. Is that what you wrote? And then when you have Antonio Marquez and Joe Usumwa, they have prejudiced by the other. They have said the end admittedly. So if you have someone Marquez to say, the General Legal Council is making the state of law unattractive. You see where it's coming from. But as a media, being a lawyer, say lawyer, I mean a politician, and look at it from legal angle, almost look at it from legal angle. And I'm saying that when the matter is pending before a court of law that has final judicial power, no institution, the constitution is clear. But see, judicial power, final judicial power is exercised by the court alone, not Parliament, not the executive, no other body. It's in the constitution. Read it. But when it comes to judicial power, the only institution that has the mandate to exercise judicial power is not Parliament. It's not the executive. It's not human rights. It's not the media. It's not anybody. It's the court of law. When they speak, is final. Who dare Parliament to speak and order General Legal Council where the Chief Justice is the head and he has the head of the judiciary? I think they don't know what they are doing. The president has come out, the executive came out, led by the president to say that there is constraint, capacity constraint. President, maybe start the view on interview. Come to say, look, the problem is that we have constraint. Where are the numbers? Who is going to teach them? Why are they going to teach? Then you see that make political decision. They have to be told every good parliament. I did with good if who is not executive 490 something that yeah this classroom go. You had to be trauma, almost from. Now let us make the call trauma there. Well, I didn't say doctors, yes, you know, Canada doctors. Yeah, the doctors will be, but medical schools is regulating those who can enter. And then but that when I put your number legal education, yes, I said total. Manasseh Zubaya, there be honest, Manasseh Zuri, and I think law, chemistry, craft, law, and I'm a craft plastic chemistry. I'm at law. Look at the thing.
Law.
Yes.
What's a chemistry? I didn't say that.
I think chemistry, I think say law.
But your own TA. Chemistry. Oh, a kinawinya. Answer no. Nipa 2 billion will be a benya A. The answer be a result be a. Chemical we na ka we bomo. Say na abenya.
You.
But what you say? What the chlorine? I can't weigh one. The results you say.
You.
What do you can weigh one? You say. But in law, one issue. You bet me I give one even one more. My child, my dear. Can who define atom? Yes, Titimo. Atom is the smallest indivisible particle of an element that can take part in a chemical reaction.
Okay.
Indivisible particle of an element. I've heard you could do baby. No, I'm going say within the atom, no, you have protons and electrons. You divide no. And then I say, if we are saying no definition of an atom, no, across sa. So no, and say what can be a result to reasoning rather than reaction. It's law.
Then you have Manasseh Azuri and chemistry kind of putting come for personnel law.
I think about chemistry.
Chemistry. Just because after your mark is money, you so much on that. Law for double. Woman, yes, sir. All of them are brown breath of a lawyer. Those who brown breath of a lawyer. Almost easy. I don't know if you see me. Move for the son, see me. I'm not sure on the phone. On the brown breath of a lawyer. I don't know that the woman, oh, yeah, you never said like Professor Obiambra, Ayafu, Obiam, Tanamo Pero. If you just respect the institution, let's wait for the court decision. Yes,
lawyer. Minimum set more as a mobile parliament. They are, entrusted with legislative interventions and passage of law. One, but they can't order. It's only court of law.
You can order. You dare order institution like legal counsel. Hey, parliamentary solution.
Any other normal order Chimota school so I'm admitted right the very.
I don't know order Chimota school for. But lawyers they the answer. I'm the when you have I don't know that issue no buy no more order. Now court no make decision. Why did you wait for the court to decide on that issue? But a matter law school exams there. Members of Parliament sit there and then they decide. They exercise for the judiciary and then make orders to be obeyed by who? And that's who want to be who. Someone when you get respect a man, yes, to your body, when you go against them, we also talk to you the way we also want to talk to you. And I'm almost idea for consent to come and face it. Let's respect the council. Because they are eminent and prominent people there. You can't direct them. They are not kids. They are independent body like you are.
Yes,
if you want the police did buy most of the the house we take it serious. But then I can't say they should be taken serious.
Now, my Musadi, say a shifty see near Bissase. Maybe exams, rules of the examination. One moment who said me 50. Now, me 50 anyway. Now we am sir. Sabi, Kwasia.
Ain't that court will hold? Obu Kwasia will take a court. Not for parliament. And yes, I will tell no beyond the case of parliament too. What you are now, boss in Chaka, not for parliament. Not parliament. I take it the responsibility of Labour Commission. Not parliament order. Boss, pay. In your parliament, you better petitions of every civil. if this is what they are, what they are now doing, people now will abandon the court, and then Parliament will be receiving petitions, and then they'll be directing. Hey, it will be level 4 agitator. For example, level 4 agitator, they go to Parliament. Parliament, you say, no, the Minister of Finance, pay. I agree that. Parliamentarians, is that what you want? So now people now should abandon the court and then bring their petition before you, and you be sitting there and be directing. You should go. So now we'll be fighting cases at Parliament. And people now, because they use the Parliament, they be here easy to file cases and win. And then there's something like lawyer, high lawyer, so people will start trooping in. So parliamentarians should be ready. If they think that they have assumed the judicial power to decide and direct, then every grievances and people that have no, they will bombard Parliament with their grievances. And the Parliament will be sitting down and then they will be directing instead of doing parliamentary work.
Now, Mamma, we are students Nansen got your exams. No, a dear problem the woman, you see, one. So we a lawyer crowd, the attitude no. Yes, yes, I won't throw your crowd, all day, throw your face. Yes, I'm going to be throw your power, who be a case to penalty. A bill of grammatical errors, no near the idea, you must be embedded with, rudimentary case laws. Ah, bet me a case say, maybe I can't history of common law, over 1066, 1066, a bra France, conquer, why, yes, yes, woman, at the say,
William, I start also when who was here, and then immigration recruitment with what? Look at the numbers. 81 resist Canada, and all of them pass. How do you employ them? And the government will come out to say that, look, I have had the budget. I'll be in the immigration. I can employ 5,000 people. Meanwhile, we have 15,000 people there. So you must raise the standard. Anything now, a people can hide. They do hide class with you. And the first what we will finish on stretch marks. What they are saying, I don't know, do be hide, natural hide, and stretch mark. Just because the numbers are many. So now, apart from say, you look ways and means, and that's how we do. In every civilized country, where the numbers are more than you can take. As a media, and what we good, what's the economics? We will probably be, we're going to say, the scale of preference, and then what opportunity cost, they were. Our wants are limitless, our needs are limited. Therefore, you begin to draw your scale of preference, and then when you choose one, you need the other. It's also said everybody who write the exam should pass. Then where do you get the space? There must be ways and means to disqualify. And the way you do it to raise the standard.
Chartered accounting, any ACC, they find those professional courses, they find a way of sieving it down. So that
doctors this is the breeding warriors. I didn't medical school. Open work so now we're failing but we did doctors. We did them. But then you say that everybody wants to become a doctor to come on. Where are the space? And then only space, but in the government budget, we need to pay them. And in the same way, what's in the past? 1,500 and not 4,000, 6,000. At the young law exams. Now they can only take 700. Then they talk about 1,200 past year. Maybe put the other phone coin. And you must raise the bar so that at least some people can wait. That's it. It's anything beyond the
Lord, Matigua say, will be a while or trouble, but he was unable to quote even one case law. Rare Kotokura with him.
Yes, it's anything there ground. Citation quite wrong. I will do my go down. Oh, and then there are ways and means by which are make I say that's the best. But which you want? Means that's the way to go. But that's which you want. You have the way because the numbers are too much. And if the Divine Council will say that, oh, we will admit all. You may be enough in the amount for the young lawyers almost to losses. You have a lot of cooks outdated lawyers, incompetent lawyers are very courtroom. Who do want to come home? They can't even proceed. They don't know how to proceed. Then you're quiet by. So we should be very careful the way we are trying to. As if the law professional, everybody is entitled to it. You know, you're just a few years. Don't we account here? Maybe you're not messing 500. You're from Munya. No one judge the house person. Who called the one about judge the house? Is that what you want? Yes, everybody do something. That's why I'm not there. The speakers, photo, Bokola, don't be don't to jail. No, yeah, that's what the now. I'm why.
OKFM 101.7.